Hello, I am Simulator Dirk and welcome to episode 2 of Simulator Dirk London Bus Simulator. Let's have a look at our bus today. It's not the Boris Master in the background, it is the single decker City Bus 200, which will be going to Oxford Circus shortly once we set it up. We are at the Crystal Palace bus station again, and I very briefly watched the video and I think I have a bit of more of an idea of where we were going. But first of all, inside the bus, let's turn the bus on. Okie dokie. We'll press M to turn on all of the electrics. We'll open our doors. Now, of course, to see that, we need to go on the other side. Whoops, that was freaky.
3 to Oxford Circus.
Okay. So the doors open. Doors closed. Sweet. Now let's go back in the cab. Now I want to set up the destination. There we go. So again, up and down arrow. So we will go to Oxford Circus. Oxford Circus. Now we probably aren't going to make it all the way to Oxford Circus because that's the way things have been working so far. So let's put in Herne Hill, then we'll go outside and we won't do that. Whoops, too far. Okay, it has set it up for Herne Hill and Herne Hill on the side. Now, one thing that I just discovered just by trial and error just then, if we go back into the cab, that sets our destination indicator. Now, that's the Mobitech ICU 400. Now, next to it, I might need to scroll out again, up to here. Now, I think they call this something like the IBIS. Now, what that does, it does all the audio announcements. So, if you press the bus icon, you can put all your details in, which we don't have. So, if you go to the information, now they have various messages. And I might have to zoom in just a bit more so you can actually see them. So what you do, say if you want to put a message that says the bus terminates here. You go to the right hand side of it, you press the button.
This bus terminates here. Please take all your belongings with you.
Sweet. Now, we role played this a little bit on the last episode, setting the bus on a diversion. So there's a traffic accident, roadworks, a street parade, a protest, whatever the situation.
This bus is on diversion. Please listen for further announcements.
And one which I extensively roleplayed on the last episode when I couldn't figure out where the hell I was going, I changed the destination.
The destination of this bus has changed. Please listen for further information. Would you please see the driver if you paid a Oyster or contactless payment card fare to get a transfer voucher to continue your journey?
So that would have been very handy on the last episode. And this is so much better than the driver saying, "Oi, people, We used to be a number 3 to Oxford Circus, now we're going to somewhere else. Sometimes a bus stop's closed because, again, there might be an accident or there might be roadwork, working on the footpath, something like that.
The next bus stop is closed.
So this is obviously good for the double-decker bus.
Seats are available on the upper deck. Please move upstairs. Please move down inside the bus.
Again, for double-deckers.
For your safety, please don't stand on the upper deck or stairs. Please stay with your buggy for your child's safety.
That button says smoking not allowed. Okay, here we go.
This bus will wait a short time for a change of drivers to take place.
That says alcohol prohibited, not change of drivers.
The wheelchair space is now required. Can passengers in this area please make room? Thank you. Closed circuit television is in operation on this bus. Please keep all your personal belongings with you at all times.
Now, I'm not sure if this is the actual voice of Transport for London, but it sounds very similar.
The driver has been instructed to wait at this bus stop for a short time to help even out the service.
That one says anything suspicious. So that adjusts the volume. So that's a very handy system to have.
The destination of this bus has changed. Please listen for further information. Would you please see the driver if you paid a Oyster or contactless payment card fare to get a transfer voucher to continue your journey?
So hopefully we won't have to do that. Now we've got the bus destination set. So we need to now set up the schedule. So we'll go line number 3. Tour, doesn't really matter. Oxford Circus, 12:19. That's fine. So we'll start up our bus now. And we will move off. D for drive. Don't do this to me again. D for drive. Park brake off. I think this is why I didn't drive this bus originally. That doesn't sound very healthy. D or 1 for first gear maybe. Doesn't sound very healthy at all. Maybe we don't have enough brake pressure yet. I know some of the German buses in OMSI are very particular about making sure that you've got enough brake pressure before you can take off. And maybe that's what this bus is doing. There we go. Alright. Come on. Stop mucking up on me, OMSI. Fair dinkum. Alright, let's go to our stop. Now what are you doing? Come on. That's not very good. Just need to get the camera right, and as I mentioned in the previous episode, it's not that easy to set the camera, not that easy to steer with a controller. Alright, so we are here at our first stop. We're going to Herne Hill. So what we might do, we might change the destination indicator again. And we'll go outside. And it has changed it to Oxford Circus. Alright, well there's no passengers ready to join us at this point. And sometimes that's what happens at your original destination. What I should do is, while we're stopped, set up this camera angle. That is loud, isn't it? Alright, we'll get on our bus. Now, look at that traffic. Might as well open our doors again, because we're not going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, that's a pretty good angle. I can see a little bit more than you can on my screen, but that's fine. Well, wait.
3 to Oxford Circus.
Now, on the last episode, I had all sorts of trouble. Let old mate cross the road. And now we'll go. Now, I could be role-playing this a little bit better in terms of looking to the left and the right and actually waiting until there's a gap in traffic. Now, one very important difference. When leaving the bus station, I turned right instead of turning left. So in the previous video, I thought that I had to turn left. In actual fact, I had to turn right.
Good day, driver.
So that's sweet. Look at all of our passengers getting on the bus. Isn't that cool?
3.
Oh, well, so much for that view.
Oxford Circus.
So we've got our...
Hello again, driver.
Hello.
Hope you're having a good day.
Thank you. Alright, let's get back in our bus. Now we can go straight down the bus lane, which is great. So good. So it actually helps.
Crystal Palace Parade, College Road.
It actually helps that I am going the right way. So this is what happens when you watch other YouTube videos. And in real life, they should probably make more use of
gonna say this driving is impeccable. No, I'm only joking. Can you stop the bus, please? I want to get off before I throw it.
They should actually make more use of videos in real life, of videos that the bus company makes driving you over the route before you even get on the bus.
3, 2, Oxford Circus.
So we're really indicating to ourselves, effectively, saying that we're moving off. Cars can come into here, approaching the intersection to turn. Now, going the correct way actually explains why I didn't see any 3 route markers leaving Crystal Palace bus station on the last episode.
What's your
I'm gonna
badge
say your
number? I'm going to
driving is
report you.
impeccable.
Dulwich Park,
No, I'm only
College
joking.
Road.
Can you stop the bus, please? I want to get off before I throw it.
That's going to get really tiring really soon. Oh, got him! Line him up! Tell your story, walking pal! Police Simulators Mondays, Simulator from 2021. Can't believe it's almost 2021. Oh, jeez. It's... wee. The steering is really exaggerated. I barely touch the controller, the control handle at all, because I am using a controller. And the bus basically mounted the curb, rather. Not drove on the footpath, because all the accidents happen on the road. That wasn't good. I don't think I'll show the outside view this time because I'm actually half on the footpath.
Three, 2, Oxford Circus.
The steering is not nice on a controller. Is not nice at all.
Dulwich Park, Kingswood Drive.
Which is funny because I used to live next to a suburb called Kingswood in Western Sydney. Things are going so much better when I'm actually on the route. I'm more confident of showing the scene, not scene at the stop this time.
Hello, lad.
Hello, lad. I like that. Hello,
2, Oxford Circus.
hello, lad. How you doing? All right.
Hello, driver.
Hello, driver. Still a whole heap of people waiting to get on, or they could also be waiting for another bus. Back in the bus we go. There's a big red truck. Now, since the previous episode, hang on. Oh, we're going straight. Since the, I think we're going straight. Since the previous episode, I haven't done any adjustments to the graphics or anything. So the graphics are pretty much what they were.
Gypsy Hill.
Ah, good. We are going the right way. Sweet. So any graphics, etc., I haven't made any changes to. Having said that, it does help that I'm on the route, but then again, there were other times where I was on the route and there were still these really weird walls. So one guy's got out, a whole heap waiting, but they could also be waiting for the bus behind me.
3, 2, Oxford Circus.
Crowded buses could be an issue as well. They're all well chatty, aren't they? Chatty. Good having a good old chin wag.
Allen Road.
Allen Road, you know what I'm saying? Allen Road. That's the 322. Don't need to stop there just yet. That can be a thing too when you've got a bus that shares a route, and not every bus has to stop at every stop. And so you see a bus stop in the distance. If you don't know where you're going, it's like, oh, there's a bus stop, I should probably stop. And then you get a bit closer, and obviously in the real world you don't have the advantage of this big thing above you like I've got now. No, that's the 322. Have I gone the wrong way again? Well, we have seen some improvement at least. Wait for these cars to go around, or is he just going to go straight through me like he did in the last episode? Come on, beep, beep. Whoops, hang on. Beep, beep. Come on. Beep, beep. I said beep, beep. Luckily for me, I have collisions turned off, but this is not how I want to role play. Out of the way. Out of the way. Out of the way. You know, they could well move over. Well, that's freaky. So yeah, I reckon I've gone the wrong way again. And even though it says that I'm going the right way for something, here's one of these really weird walls again. So we're going to do something a little bit different here. And we're going to go up to our new machine that we've now learnt how to use.
This bus is on diversion. Please listen for further announcements. This bus terminates here. Please take all your belongings with you. The driver has been instructed to wait at this bus stop for a short time to help even out the service.
Now, of course, when I said earlier about seats upstairs,
Seats are available on the upper deck. Please move upstairs.
when I pressed that button earlier, I forgot that I was actually driving a single decker. Oh! Back in a minute when I reset this thing. truck. Turn
Ready
on.
to roll.
You ready to rock, Miss Sky? We're at the container terminal again. We're in a Volvo this time.
Let's go.
Rather enthusiastic Skynet today.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Let's do that, Skynet. Let's find a new route, as you call it.
This is where it ends.
Welcome back to Simulator Deck London Bus Simulator. We are at Streatham Station. We are the single decker bus in the foreground. We're going to drive on Route 201. An interesting warning. I think I drove part of Route 201 with a double decker yesterday on the previous episode. That warning didn't come up, but then again, I don't think I started 201 at the start of the route. So we'll get in our bus in a moment. But just have a look around the bus station first of all. So there's quite a lot of area for the buses to stand. In between runs. So do not use double decks on Route 201. No doubt. If we get that far, we'll find out what the story is. So we'll get in our cab. We'll set up the bus again. Okay. So we'll turn on the electrics and turn on the bus. We'll give the brake system time to pump up, etc. Now we are going to do the 201. So let's have a look at the schedule. 201, doesn't really matter. We'll just pick a random one. No, we don't want that one. Okay, so Streatham Station and Dulwich Road. So we want the 201 Herne Hill on the front of the bus. So 201, we'll find 201 Herne Hill. We are going to Herne Hill. So if we look on the front, it's in the middle of changing. I'm a bit disappointed there's not a Route 69 transport for London. There we go, that's better. So it's found the 201, so that's the numbers stopped, and now we're just scrolling through. We're just scrolling through all the way through to Herne Hill. Now again, we could be doing this as we're moving, but I'm not going to, because apart from anything else, I want to show you how it works, and also our driver Old mate's looking rather casual there in what looks to be like a white t-shirt and blue jeans. Hammersmith, Glamoursmith, Hernhill. Let's have a look at the side. It's still going. We'll set our curbside camera. Okay, time to get in the bus. Reset the camera. Check our doors. And on the bus.
201.
Into
to
drive.
Hernhill.
Straight away this time. So that's good. So we'll turn around.
Streatham St Leonard's Church.
Hang on, steady on. So we'll drive straight through here. There's nobody here. So the bus in front's taking off. So we will pull up here. We'll adjust the camera slightly. Nobody waiting to buy. Hang on, here's a lady going to get on our bus.
201. To Hernhill.
Now you can also turn those markers off. I don't particularly want to because it's the only way I know where I'm going. So we need to go around to the right.
Streatham Station.
I said to the right, not to the left. Alright. Now, it would help if I was able to see easier. So we'll go down the bus lane. Oh, gee, that's some glare.
Streatham St Leonard's Church.
So we'll pull in behind the 50. Sometimes it just froze. I've got to change. I think I've got to change some. Settings. Clearly, because my system's not a crap system, but I have heard and read that there's a lot of people that have got a lot of issues with OMSI in general because it's such an old program. And then, that bus just drove over the curve altogether. Oh, well, that doesn't help us.
201. To Hernhill.
Alright, that might be a better angle. Alright. We'll see if we can stay, how long it takes us to stay on. So how long we can actually stay on Route 201 and see if we can. Are you dead set kidding me? Really? I'm gonna have to do some more research on this. This is just wrong. Let's keep going because that's just, see where we end up. actually, what we should do for the moment, seeing as though, hang on, let's have a look at F3. Look at all the...
Impeccable. No, I'm joking. Let me off this bus.
Seeing as though we can't really do anything anyway. Hang on, yeah, that's probably a better view. We didn't get very far at all, did we? Alright, where are we going now? I don't think we're going anywhere, which is the point.
Turn left. It's all over now.
Thank you, Sky. Back again. We are now at the Waterloo bus depot. Behind the single-decker bus which I'm driving. On this episode, you can see some of the new route masters, also known as Boris masters. So let's get in our bus. So we'll get in our bus. We'll check our doors. I'll try to have a look at the passenger view to see if we can. I've got to walk or zoom down the back of the bus. Well, maybe not that far. No, that wasn't really good. Accidentally turned the wipers on by mistake. There are so many keys. So many keys that you can press here. So let's get going. First of all, seeing as how we've got the wipers on, see if I can just hold it down for a sec, get them to actually turn off. Bus into D for drive. D for drive. Park brake off, and we're away. So hopefully this gate will open for us. I don't know if there's a button or something that I'm supposed to press to. Maybe that's what that R button does. Who knows? I remember in the last episode, I had to drive really close to it, almost to the point of driving through it. There we go. That's a really bad camera angle. We'll zoom back a bit. Yeah. Okay. Those wipers are annoying, but knowing my luck with buses so far on this episode and last, we're not going to be here for that long. Now we'll see if I can actually swing back into the depot. Yeah, I can. I just don't know how to drive. Don't mind me. So we'll drive through. The bus wash. Probably nothing's going to happen. Probably helps if I'm actually in. Actually helps if I'm in the cab, I think. What we will do, we will. You know what? I'm just going to leave that bus there. If we go to, say, the Boris Master, see if I can actually. What does that button do? Let's see if I can change buses. Oh, we can follow this bus. This is somebody who isn't me driving. So we'll do this for a little bit. So this is one of the computer-driven buses. So if we... Oh, did that just put us in the driver's seat? So, okay, so I am not...
Waterloo Bridge, South Bank.
So I'm not actually driving, but I am sitting in the driver's seat. This is cool. So I can just, not that I'm going to do this for every episode, but I can just go, you know what, we're going to go on a Route 3 today, and we're going to let the AI drive the bus, the computer can drive the bus, and we can just watch. And then what we can do, this is cool. We can do our external. So that's our bus there, the 176. So this is... Oh, get on the bus, lady. So this is cool until the trees get in the way. But then again, you think you've got everything right, and then you have the traffic there, so it's really hard to get... Now that guy just jumped on the bus as it was moving and it's just gone down the back. Somebody going down the stairs. Oh, that's the bus in front stopping. So these drivers actually know where they're going, unlike me.
Lancaster Place.
Another lady just jumped on the bus as the bus was driving down the road. This is hilarious. Now, how's that convenient that's convenient public transport if you don't even have to wait for the bus to stop. You can just morph straight into the bus. How good's that? But how good is that you can actually just, if you want to... This would be actually a really good way of learning the route. So if you go into cab view, F1, when it decides that it wants to go in the cab view. Okay, this could actually be... Yeah, just cut in front of us, black cab. It's all good. Then you'll wonder why your cab's 2 metres shorter than when you started the shift this morning. There's no way I could be a bus driver in the centre of London. Pretty much the centre of anywhere, really. Now I'm going to have to change some of these settings in time. And what would be really cool is if, say I did that Route 251 that we tried to do earlier in the episode, and then go along the route and then see if I actually do crash into that building that just suddenly appears on the route across the road. But this could be, as I said, it could be a really good way. Let's try a passenger view in a minute. So this is... even the AI is doing it. So that's just not me. The AI knows the route. And then all of a sudden... Oh, he just walked through the door. How you doing? So this isn't just me not driving on the route. He's going to do it again. And now I think he's back on the route. I never managed to get back on route when I did that. Then again, I could have been really off-road anyway. But that's just a classic example of what I'm up against. I'm going to have to see what I can do about that. That was freaky as anything. Really, it really was. So we'll stay with this view until some passengers actually get on the bus. As I mentioned in the previous episode, this program is about the underlying base. Here we go again. We're just driving into random things and now we're just randomly back on the route. Okay, pull up there. Thank you, drive. Now these people aren't talkative at all. Normally everyone's like, oh, right on cue. Not even near the driver, and she says, hello driver, how you doing? Alright. Now he's just about to crash through a house again. Now I haven't adjusted any settings or anything like that. Let's just... Now, glitches can be entertaining, and I do want to fix this because I do want to be able to have a decent drive of a route. My computer can run Grand Theft Auto. That's my argument. My computer can run Grand Theft Auto, Train Sim World, Train Simulator, Tram Simulator. You know, if you can run Grand Theft Auto and all that happens in that perfectly well, it should be able to run a 7-year-old OMSI. Let's try our passenger view. Hello driver, how you doing? Alright.
Hey, how's it going?
Almost whacked that dude in the face with the doors.
Lancaster Place.
So we'll see if we can... Okay, that's that. Now, if we can go F4, where's the bus now? I want an alternative view that's not going to be... There we go. We'll stay with this view for a while. And we will see... See what happens. See if this view follows the bus. I don't think it's going to. Yeah, because that's more of a free camera f4. F3 follows the bus. So the only thing that I'm basically running in the program in the background is my video recording software, OBS Studio and Stream Deck, and that's about it. I don't think I'm running anything else. No, I wasn't really running anything else that was open. There's lots of things that run in the background on computers at the best of times, but we'll just adjust the view slightly. She just jumped on the bus while it was moving. So we'll switch buses again, and we haven't been on the yeah, we'll do that one. So we'll switch buses again. So we're just loading up the new bus at the moment. Okay, so you are the number 76. Now we'll go in cab. This is... Oh, that's not a good view, my dude. Wow, that's not a good view. Actually, what I should do next time I reset OMSI is try and reset one setting that I think that could be doing some of this. Tick a box that isn't ticked or vice versa at the moment, and see what happens. So this is the Euro City. So a different double-decker bus than was in the previous episode. So we'll just stay with this view for a while. And we'll see how this bus goes. Now this is all driven by the AI. Now that bus was still moving as he opened the doors. Hello, driver. Hello. So we'll go and do a passenger view in a moment. There looks like a train line above us. Oh, he just ran a red light. Oh, you decided to stop at that one. That looks like Waterloo Station to our left, because there's a big massive yellow text on the left hand side that says Waterloo Station. There's any reason I knew that. That may have been the shard on the right hand side coming in. And I think we crashed. Have we? Riri?
There are those who would like to see you fail in your journey. That's not going to happen on my watch. Let's go.
Can we stop for ice cream, Bart? Can we stop for ice cream? Oh, it's the Max! Oh, the Portland Light Rail System, the Max, and that's what it actually looks like. How sweet! So into May, June, July, and now we're into August, so...
That was the longest night of my life.
Okie dokie, back again, following the number 76 bus to Waterloo. Now, is it actually going to do anything, or is he on a layover, or, you know, what's the story? We can have a look at he's got the bus door open, so that's one thing. Whoops. Up, 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 up. Hang on. So, what I think has happened, he's actually in between, this bus driver's in between runs. It is night time. I have set it to night time, just for something different. So, maybe I should choose a different time of day. We'll choose the morning. And so that will just load up again. And we'll also have more buses to choose from where they actually are. So we'll choose a different bus. We'll choose that one. That will load in shortly. So this is a special all-over advertising bus.
St. George's Circus.
Obviously a Remembrance Day livery. So we're on the number 12 bus to Camberwell now. So let's get in the bus. I have actually made a few changes to some settings, so we'll see if they have actually made the difference. Earlier on in the episode, even with the computerized bus driver driving, it was driving straight through walls and all of that sort of stuff. The collisions box was checked. I actually unchecked it and see if that would actually make
Castle,
a difference.
London Road.
See if that will actually make a difference. So here's me troubleshooting, producing content, pretending to drive. So all buses have to go to the right here. So he should have to move over according to that sign. Here he goes. Over to the right hand lane. Please be stopping at the traffic lights. Thank you. We'll go outside briefly. Change the camera angle. I do have to say, the bus models though, with all the other faults of the graphics, and then again some of this is me having to tweak settings, which apparently for OMSI isn't necessarily an uncommon occurrence. The buses themselves are pretty sweet. So we're just waiting for this bus to take off. The number 12 to Camberwell. Now, of course, I could lie and say this is me driving the bus, but having said that, there's no way that I could drive the bus like this with this camera view. So we've got a number 468 behind us, and a 176 in the other direction. So I don't want to have to do all the episodes like this. We'll see how we go here. Definitely going to have to do some more research in relation to some settings, etc. Things seem to be going a little better, but we'll see how we go. Camera placement isn't always easy when you're because you know you've always got objects, especially in this sort of view, you've got objects behind you that you can't see until you hit them, and then this way is pretty much going to be the same thing with cars, etc. But this is a pretty sweet view. This is a pretty sweet view anyway. So we'll stay with this view for a moment, then we'll go back to the cab view, and also do the passenger view as well. So we're at Elephant and Castle on London Road. So he's at the 12 bus stop, because he's a 12 bus. Or I should say she, I think. Actually, this will be a
Elephant and Castle Station.
So yeah, it just looks like a single decker bus there. So she looks like she's working. She works as a flight attendant rather than a bus driver. But the bus drivers have been wearing some weird and funky stuff. That's Elephant and Castle Tube Station just behind there. This isn't a bad view. I might just bring it out just a tad. I am going to eventually, have to figure out the easier way to look from left to right while I'm driving and, you know, move around and that sort of stuff. Using the mouse for that's not easy, as you can see. But we're going okay so far. We're going okay. There's another entrance to Elephant and Castle. So we'll stick with this view for a little bit longer, and then we'll go into another view in a moment. So this is pretty much me not having to worry about driving. This is just me providing commentary, insight, telling stories, making the occasional joke maybe. If this is what I have to do to create episodes, well, this is what I'll do. Alright, so we'll go inside and we'll have a look at driver view for a while. one thing that I find interesting, I've been having a look at
Larkham Street.
some other YouTuber videos, specifically on OMSI 2. And some of them have got some rather spectacular figures in terms of subscribers and that sort of stuff. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to get a customized website address for YouTube, and I need more subscribers to do that. If you can, that would be good. You know how to do it. Anywho, I've seen some streamers, and I won't mention them or shout them out or embarrass them, but you see some people that have got many thousand subscribers, and many subscribers, and I clicked onto some of their videos, and they don't talk. They just, and driving a bus, that's one thing, and there is value to just watching someone drive the bus and just letting the scenery and the sound and everything do the talking, and not have them do the talking. But where's your personality? Where's your personality if you're not joking? Where's your accent? Where are you from? Who are you? Are you a 12-year-old boy in your mum's basement? Are you a 40-something-year-old man in your harbourside apartment? Are you a 25-year-old lady who likes to game? Are you 18? Who are you? Are you Scottish? Are you Welsh? Are you English? Are you American? If you don't talk to us, how do we know? Like, yeah, it's one thing to say, it produces a good video. It might have a cracking introduction and be really good at driving a simulated bus, but no personality. And I do know that I do turn my comments off on YouTube videos, and the reason I do that is so I don't have to worry about spam and all that sort of stuff, and stupid things in comments and whatnot, and so I don't have time to moderate it, so I'd rather just turn it all off. I do that on my websites too. Watch out for the ambulance. But I do talk on my videos. Some people probably hate the sound of their voice, and I get that. I don't necessarily like the sound of mine, but I do sports commentary. I do this. I podcasted for 8 years, so I'm well used to the sound of my own voice, and editing and all of that sort of stuff. Plus, simulated ERC as well. So I'm well used to it. But now I'm not saying that I'm the best YouTuber in the world. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is have a bit of personality. My thing is that I actually work in this sector. I won't necessarily say what I wear, but in the transport sector. And so and plus I like buses, I like trains, I like all sorts of transport machineries, buses, trucks, trains, cars, whatever it is. And so if I can inject some personality, tell some funny stories, use some real life experience, and plus I like travelling on, in this case, buses, because we're on a bus and that sort of thing. If I can inject some of that, well, that's great. So he's going to have to get around this roadwork site. And then you get, as I said, you get the people who don't talk, and they've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You wonder if they paid for that. I don't know. But anyone could basically do a gameplay video and not talk ever. But I have noticed with those sort of people that they're really active in their comment section, and I will give them credit for that. Hey, how's it going? and I will give them credit for that. They are really active in their comments section, which I understand.
Westmoreland Road.
Then there's two other types that I've noticed, not necessarily with transport or simulator video. Just run a red light, my dude. There's the ones that have the computer generated voice. And a main example that I'm thinking of here, if you're on Reddit, and I'm not on Reddit, but I lurk on a couple of subreddits, there's a subreddit called r/roastme. And so what people do, they post photos of themselves on there, and they just basically invite whoever sees the photo just to make really negative and bitchy and downright mean comments to people. You know, give them a good old roasting.
Camberwell Road, Albany Road.
And there's a couple of ones that have got like hundreds and thousands of subscribers, and it's a computer generated voice. And all the computer generated voice is doing is just reading the graphic that the person's got from Reddit, and then just basically reading the comments. They're not adding any of their thoughts or whatever on the person. It's, well, the collisions are obviously still faulty because that taxi just drove through the bus. I have turned some of the settings down in relation to what we can see around us, which may also help, which may be handy. You know, I do have one of these computer generated script programs, and I haven't used it yet, but I do have one, and the one that I purchased sounds pretty good. Then you get the other sort, and these ones mainly seem to be travel, people who do travel vlogs, and they'll go somewhere, and again they don't talk, but they do have captions. So instead of me talking about what I'm talking about now, it'll be like down the bottom of the screen, I am simulating driving a London bus. And then on the next bit of the screen, I am driving a Boris Master. I am almost driving onto the footpath. Do you think I should stop at this red light? Lol. But these settings seem to be a little better. I haven't crashed into any stupid buildings yet, so that's a plus. So hopefully we've solved some of the problems that I was having. Hello, driver. And also there's been some YouTubers that have had their voices featured. I'm sure one of them's QWERTY Afro, who's been a streamer that I've been watching on and off for a while. I think that'd be cool to have your voice in a video game. I think that'd be sweet. Always get me to do commentary of sports video games. I've done that, you know, on Simulator Dirk, simulatordirkgaming.com. Also hope you've been enjoying the snippets of the other bus simulator series on Simulator Dirk, and some of the tram and train ones as well that I've been interspersing in between screw ups. But now that I've fixed some of the settings, things seem to be running a little bit smoother. Because we did see in the previous segment, we did see AI driving through walls that were just suddenly across the road. So what we might do, we might go to the outside view for the remainder of this route, and let's see what happens.
Medlar Street.
At least we actually got to see the ambulance that time. Actually, what I might do, I might go a bit higher. That might remove and maybe zoom out a little bit. I said out, not in. That might remove some of the vehicles coming through shot there. That's one thing that I'm going to have to work on soon too. Is the audio, because some of those sirens especially are really, really loud.
Number L3. Bus will wait here whilst drivers are changed.
So the announcement just said that at the next stop there will be a short wait while drivers are changed. Well, I wonder if we'll actually see the driver get out and another driver get in. What might have also happened with changing some of the settings, I haven't had a game crash for a while, which is good. I haven't run through any strange buildings. I've heard those described as the famous OMSI bells in the background there. So things do appear to be running somewhat better. Are there other things that I could do? Probably, and over time we might see some of those. Am I going to get back to driving the bus? Oh, that was close. Am I going to get back to driving the bus? Of course I will. But we are doing some troubleshooting at the same time, so I want to be able to watch what's going on, show you some outside scenery, show you some of the scenery, and also do some troubleshooting at the same time. So that's the reason I'm not driving the bus at the moment. That won't be a regular thing. Well, didn't wait too long for driver relief there. There is some glitching. Then again, there are some things that I'm seeing on screen because I've got a wider screen than is actually visible on the screen that you're watching. In the top left hand corner, like for instance, there's a bus that's glitched out as a classic example, but things are running a lot better now than they were. So there's the occasional glitch like that, you know, which can happen. There's a lot obviously going on. Well, there's a Camberwell bus depot. Is that where we're going? Okay, that's an obvious glitch out. That's a ghost bus. Ghost bus? So we'll see what happens here at the depot. Oh, the door opens. This is very interesting. Might adjust the camera now we're in the depot. Or as the English call them, bus garages. So we'll see what happens. Some more buses glitching out there. Could be another setting that I need to adjust. Now, in a way, you can understand why they call them bus garages, apart from bus. We in Australia call them a bus depot. So, maybe I need to go to the other. Yeah, I'll go to the other side for a while. There we go. So the bus is parking up. Really haven't. I haven't been in a bus depot. So that might be the end of that route. Yeah, I've never been. Like, I've been to train depots, obviously, or semi-obviously, and there's been the occasional train depot open day. I haven't really heard of, like, a bus depot open day for a while. There is the, if you're in Sydney, Australia, by the way, the Sydney Bus Museum, speaking of buses, is fantastic. I haven't been there since it's been in its newer location near Leichhardt Bus Depot. It used to be... Warning, the frames per second are very low, below 10. We strongly recommend to reduce the options. Should the options be reduced, then you should restart OMSI to get all options effective. Yes, no. So we're going to end the episode there. Try and adjust those settings and see what happens. I've been Simulator Dirk. You've been wonderful. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.